Hello. Um, Interesting. It's showing me nobody live, but it's showing me chats. Hello, cinematic universe. I'm here. We're starting outside my house right now, and I only have myself, my wife, and my dog who live here. And I'm starting outside, gonna go around and then get to my house. So I thought I'll show everybody how things look like outside. It's a cold It's a pretty chilly morning for it being summer, and we would expect the temperatures to be slightly higher, but Moscow and I are out. There's nobody out here because it's a Saturday, and Moscow loves to smell all the dogs in the neighborhood. Come on, Moscow, let's go, buddy. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Yeah, and so we're just going around. I'm walking around the neighborhood and then I'm gonna slowly get to my house. I'm actually trying to be a little quiet because I feel like people are still sleeping. It's 7:30 a.m. and yeah, I usually wake up at like 4:30, 5 a.m. and by now I'm already working, but I guess most people are not. I usually take Moscow out for a walk in the neighborhood around this time, or he goes with my wife. But this is my neighborhood. A lot of these houses, you see it looks like they all have brick walls, but it's actually fake. Those are not brick walls. Those are actually just brick, brick panels. Uh, Moscow, come on, buddy. Stop smelling. I can pull his butt. Come on, good boy. Let's go. Uh, yeah, so the sun has not even risen yet. It's just it's pretty cool and calm. If you see the houses here, even the one I live in, they are almost like those British, what do you call them? Like the colonial, not colonial, uh, they're like British street houses, and they're built in this on this beautiful, like it's almost on a hill, and it's you can get a view of Salt Lake City from here. Hi, Savior. How are you? Good to see you. How are things? Where are you based? Are you based in India? Are you based somewhere else? Tell me more. Yeah, but guys, you're gonna see the most priceless view. Hi, this is your global survival guide. That's not the priceless view. The priceless view is coming up. This view is literally next to my house. I'm gonna turn my screen around. Look at that. Got some beautiful mountains. Ah, this is my dog's favorite place because it's the street corner and he loves to smell all the dogs. Of course, he decides to pee, and I don't want to show you all that. The censored, it's censored content. Mm, so you see these mountains? We live right next to the mountains. The thing about Salt Lake City. So my goal today is not just to talk to you about where I live. It actually doesn't matter so much where I live, what I do. This channel is about you guys. So the one point I want to make is that sometimes, I tell this every time whenever I talk to students or anybody, is that sometimes you don't have to go for the best cities, the best schools, the best everything. Like if you try to live in New York City, there's no way you're going to find these kind of mountains in New York City. No way. You're going to be in a concrete jungle, and you're going to be paying tons and tons of money for rent. You're going to be paying about $4,000 a month in rent if you want to live in a decent place, and then you go outside. Whereas I'm here in Salt Lake City. Just look at the beauty around me. These mountains have the best ski resorts. They have a view of Salt Lake. I'll show you in a minute when I reach my home. You will see that the view is spectacular. And I think rent. So I own my house, um, but we were renting for some time while we were traveling, going around, and deciding what city we want to live in. And the thing is, here you can rent an amazing place for about $1,500, and that's the thing. You don't have to. You if you spend the same amount of money that you spend in New York, $3,000, 4,000, here you will get almost like a mansion in Utah, in Salt Lake City. So the choice of your school, if you guys are going to school, your choice of school is not the only thing you got to decide on. It a lot of things will play into it. It will depend on where you wanna live, where you might want to find a job. Like if you live in New York, let's say you go to New York University or you go to um, uh, Brown or any of those Pace that are in New York, um, you're gonna be not just spending a lot of money while you stay there, while you study there, but you're also gonna have to spend a lot of money when you're working, right? So uh, it's a choice you have to make. For me, I always, when my entire life in America, I actually lived outside of any major city on purpose. Even though when I was studying, I was in Boston, very close to Boston. I decided to live way outside. So yeah, there's a little play park. The kids like to play here. So if you see, this is my locality. Um, There's a lot of single homes here. There's a lot of condos as well, but it's kind of built in a semicircle. And the whole semicircle has a view of the city and the mountains, which we're going to see in a bit. Um, but I decided to live here, guys, because I want some peace and peace of mind. I don't like a lot of city traffic. I know a lot of people in India, if you're used to city traffic, you may want it all the time. For me, I rather have the mountains um, every evening if I get a chance. I mean, I don't get to do this every evening. There's a lot of people with Teslas here. That's a Tesla Model 3, I think. A lot of my neighbors have electric cars. So what I was saying is I like every evening to just kind of go out, relax. I go for a ride on my motorcycle, or I may meet some friends or do some rock climbing, something. But I enjoy going out and relaxing, and that's what I like. Anurag, what are you doing in the US? I actually run a company in the US, um, and it's called Us School Connect. I been doing that for about 5 years, Anurag, and it's a it's a company that does international student admissions, but we also help a lot of institutions here with software. So that's what the company does. And I'm based in Utah. We have a team around the globe. So yeah, um, all right, and Moscow is guiding us back home. He, at this point, I think he's done. He wants to probably just go home and eat because after he's done with his morning walk, he likes to go in, relax for a bit. He's the king of the house, not us. Uh, so here you'll see all these mountains around us. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. The sun is just rising behind the mountains, and hopefully, by the time we reach home in like 5 minutes, it rises and y'all can all see it. But guys, think about when you're thinking of living, think about what you really want. Your choice of college really depends um, on also where you want to live. Of course, you can study in New York and then go somewhere else and work there. But usually, it's always better to just find a place, find a school near the place where you want to study, right? Look at that. Halloween is coming. We have a lot of decorations. This is so funny. This is one of our neighbors. Ooh, it's like blood cloth. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. Um, I'm gonna switch the camera. All right. Because of course Moscow decided to do his morning business, and in the US, it's important that you pick up after your pet. So I have to just pick it up, but of course I'm not gonna show you all what I'm doing. Censored content, picking up poop. But all right, we got it. So yeah, some of my neighbors have really good like flowers. So like to smell them, and they also have some Halloween like skeletons. It's so funny. Halloween is always a funny time. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. Trying to hold my camera while also doing a bit of stuff. Okay, we're good. All right. Yeah. So this is this is fall season coming, and there's a lot of flowers. There's like some fall wreath. That's a fall wreath. Um, yeah. Wow. People are already decorating their houses for Halloween. This is cool. Moscow likes to smell all of his flowers and, of course, pee on them. He's a he's a big fan of peeing on flowers. But all right, so yeah, so this is my neighborhood. We're almost home. As you see, I live in the mountains. I like it. Those mountains back there have a lot of rocks that you can climb. So my wife and I go there sometimes in the weekend to climb a little bit. Um, yeah. So the way housing works in the US, you mostly have what's called a homeowners association, HOA. So we have an HOA. So you see all this grass here, you see the paved path, all these plants and everything. Luckily, we don't even have to worry about it. We pay some money to the guys who manage the HOA. It's basically an association, and they take care of it. And usually, wherever you go in the US, you will have an association that manages a lot of your landscaping and other work, right? So, uh, uh, but ask me your questions, guys. Ask me your questions about living in America. I'm more than happy to answer those. Uh, Come on, Moscow. Let's go. Let's show everybody our home. Uh, all right. Like you see, the sun is rising. This is one of the pretty times in the day here in Salt Lake City. The sun rises back there in those mountains. Uh, and from the top floor, you get an amazing view of the sunrise. The cool thing about these houses is in the morning you can see sunrise from this side, and in the evening you can see the sunset on the other side, also on mountains. So why did I choose to live here? Uh, wha Anurag, bro, you are IITian. No, I'm not. Anurag, I did not go to the IITs. I actually went to Pune University, and then I went to a private school in Chennai called Sata, and then I came to the US to do my MBA. Uh, so, yeah, no IITs for me. All right, so here we are approaching our home. Luckily, If you see, compared to all the other homes, ours is the only one with a nice white staircase and a bunch of nice plants and flowers around it. And that's the view we get, right? It's amazing. Yeah, that's my car. So we've got some parking spots. All right, Moscow, are you ready to go in, buddy? Do you want to go home and show everybody? Yeah, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Good boy. Sit, sit. No, he's not in the mood to listen. All right. So let's go, guys. All right. So my home has electronic security, but of course I've left it open. Okay. And this is our wonderful home. Let me uh let Moscow go. Come on, buddy. Come on, let me unlock you. Moscow has a very funny command. Like if I say shake, Moscow, come on, shake, shake, come on, show them. He's pissed at me right now. Wow, look at that. Won't even do it. He's pissed at me because I did not even pay attention to him this whole time. I was talking to you guys and he's not very happy about it. But yes, guys, welcome to my home. Uh, I'll give you a quick walk around of my house. So this is obviously once you enter, we've got some we got these nice chandeliers. I really like the 3D on it. And then here you have the living space. I really like the wooden window blinds, so I got them. You kind of just flip them, and the light switches on and off, and I really like them, especially that one on the top. That's actually a blind. Isn't that amazing? You push it, and the whole thing closes like manually. It's not even like anything electronic. And then this is a TV room. I kind of we never watch TV, honestly. There's no time for it, but sometimes no. Sometimes I like to watch the Formula One race on the TV if I'm home, which is rare. I'm hardly at home. I'm usually somewhere with customers, clients, or doing something. And we made this nice shelf, and it's got a lot of artifacts. My wife and I are big fans of metal and wood. So you will see a lot of metal and wood as a theme in our house. And we like lights. So everything you see is like a combination of wood, metal, and then with highlights with light. Uh, Anurag, my uncle lives in Wisconsin. He was telling that Indian diaspora in US is very good. Yes, it is. I mean, we have a huge Indian population in Salt Lake, but it's the same in any city that you go to. So, all right. Now, what you have here, also in the living space, is Moscow's playpen. I've just folded it, but it becomes pretty big, and Moscow, you see, he's waiting at the door. He's like, no, I want to walk more. You usually walk with me for a longer time. What happened? But Moscow lives, that's his kind of safe area. Honestly, we've trained him to just walk around the house. He doesn't bite anything or chew anything, thank God. But that's his safe area. So whenever he feels like he wants to be safe, he goes and sits there. He's got his food and water. We've got some plants and some stuff. Um, and then part of the living area, and this is very common in US homes, part of the living area is also our dining area. And again, as you see, we like wood, metal, and lights. So we have a big wooden table with just two chairs. I like the concept of benches because you sit straight because you're on a bench and you can accommodate like if we have friends, it's not like it has only six chairs or something. We can like literally accommodate 15 people if we squeeze in. So that's where we sit and dine. The good thing about dining, and we'll come to that in a second, is our view. But yeah, before that, so other things in my living room, we like a chimney, uh, right? Isn't it awesome? But guys, here's the cool thing about my chimney. Look at that. It's fake though. Even the wood, the lights, and even the flame is fake. But the cool thing is, it still keeps you warm. Even though it's fake, it keeps you warm. That's the amazing thing. I mean, this is technology at its level best. I don't have to deal with the wood or the fire or anything. I literally just click a button and it switches on. It has a remote, but it also pushes out warm air from that vent. So that's a vent, and it like you can set the temperature for your fireplace, and it will push out warm air, and it's amazing. I'll give you a view from far. I can even change the lights inside. I can do whatever I want with the remote, and and it basically just changes. It's amazing. All right, so that's a little bit of the living area. Uh, let's walk more towards this side. So, okay. So here, next to the dining. Oh, by the way, I am a big fan of Utah landscape. Like this is Utah landscape. This is Bryce Canyon. Here, like it's about I think 3 hours from us, but look at how beautiful. And so all around the house, I've got a lot of pictures of just landscape in Utah, and it's just something I enjoy. So so that is all the living, the dining, and here is our kitchen. Uh, so our kitchen is pretty, I would say, Scandinavian in design. Also, you'll see a lot of the wood and the metal, and the lights, of course. So again, big fan of that. Priyanshu, I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. And yeah, I've been here for about 2 years now. So, guys, yeah, again, open kitchen concept. There's a kitchen island. So sometimes like I just put some bar stools here. So a lot of times, when let's say my wife is cooking or friends are here, we'll just chill here on the kitchen island, and while somebody's cooking in the kitchen. But yeah, if you see, like we did this sort of a wood and metal finish for the kitchen as well. So yeah, we can keep. We even bought plates the same size of wood, the same color of wood, so that they really fit the whole theme. Had to search a lot for it actually. A lot of people say, "Oh, those plates and cups and everything look like they're from Game of Thrones." But yeah, I mean, they're just simple clay. And yeah, in US homes, as you all know, all will have a dishwasher, nothing fancy. But basically, you put your dishes in and click a button, and your dishes get washed. It's for lazy people. Uh, we for the first 2 years when I came from India, I was like, yeah, what is this dishwasher? We're used to washing with our hands and with soap, so we were doing that. And then one fine day we said, why not just try it? Because like we had a party or something, a lot of people at home, and I said, okay, let's just throw it into the dishwasher and see what happens. Guys, this was like it was as if we uh hey, Priyanshu. No, I don't know Harnoor Singh. Not sure. Oh, Singh in USA. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, I watch his videos, of course. Yeah. But I don't know him personally. I think he's from Canada. But he's, I think, now in the US. Not sure. Yeah. But we have a fridge. We put a bunch of magnets. We actually lost a lot of magnets. Like whenever we go to a new country, like each magnet represents some country. So there's like, oh, yeah, at this point, I've visited too many countries. And again, the wooden flappy windows, I like them because you just push that and it closes. It's amazing. It's very pretty. A lot of snake plants in the house. You'll see a lot of snake plants around. Um, I don't know if you all know this about snake plants, but these guys, they are almost like a cactus, which means they can survive for almost like 2 months without water, but they are one of the best plants to capture carbon dioxide from the air. So if you put them in your house, they keep your house full of oxygen, and it's amazing. So we have some of those plants. We have some rubber. This is actually a rubber tree, but it's a little baby plant at this point. And of course, being Indian, you have to have the money plant. So I have some money plant here, and I have this cool sort of reading chair and lamp. Like I love to sit here and read next to the plants with that lamp on my head. So it's a pretty retro sort of lamp that I got. But nowadays, it's just Moscow's chair. Moscow loves to sit on that chair. Right now, he's waiting for us there outside. So that's Moscow's free area. He can go out anytime he feels like. Um, I'm going to show you guys the outside now. Okay, so this is the little balcony that we have. We have a couple of chairs here, some plants, but that's the view, guys. So you see the mountains back there. I mean, on the camera, it may not be that visible, but that's where the sun sets. It's such a pretty sight. The sun sets literally there. Well, it kind of keeps moving throughout the year, but it sets on that mountain, and you see the entire valley here. Like here, it almost looks like flat land, but trust me, this is just full of like trees and homes and office buildings. Salt Lake City is pretty much flat. Like far away there, you can actually, I don't know if you and then we have all these mountains. And if you see, our houses are in a circle. They're like almost in a perfect circle. So yeah, we let's switch back camera. This is also another favorite spot. So we like sit here, drink some juice, or some wine, and get a view. Sometimes when there's like fireworks or there's a good view of the sky, it's a perfect spot to sit there. Um, Priyanshu, yes, I should add some Hindi. हिंदी में मेरी हिंदी तो इतनी कुछ खास नहीं है, पर फिर भी मैं ट्राई तो कर ही सकता हूँ हिंदी में बात करने। आइडिया काफी अच्छा है आपका। अगले बार हिंदी में हम कुछ ट्राई करेंगे। व्हाई नॉट? But yes, for this time we'll keep it in English. But yeah, हिंदी तो दिल के एकदम करीब है। तो दिल का अभी भी देसी हूँ। तो हिंदी में बात करना मेरे लिए काफी मतलब खास है। हाँ, and I am South Indian. Yes, you are right. Uh, but I was born and raised in Pune, and but I'm a South Indian. So I will. There are a few more. I mean, my house has 3 floors. Down there is my garage. It's a covered garage, and that's where we store our cars during winter. Now our cars are outside, but the cars are there. I also have a motorcycle. I mean, when you're an Indian, motorcycle तो होना ही पड़ता है तो तो I have a motorcycle that is also parked down there, and then when you go upstairs here you've got bedrooms, my office room, and a couple of bathrooms. So I've got a lot of stairs in the house. There's a lot of stairs that we have to deal with, but it's kind of worth it. I like the tranquility of the place. Guys, so now coming to why I decided to live here. So I've always lived in a single home, like a separate family home. My family always had that, and so I'm used to that kind of freedom. I'm not used to apartment life too much, and I also thought if I can decide where I can live and work from anywhere, then what place would that be? And I kind of just built it over time. Of course, when I was in school, when I was working for my previous company, I had to live in Waltham, which was great, by the way, great place to live. But it was missing, for instance, what I really like. I like skiing. I love skiing, guys. So when I came to Salt Lake, I saw that there's some great ski options here for the weekend. So I like to really work through the week hard. And then one day of the weekend, I like to just do something. It's very important and it should be important for everybody. So that's why I decided to live here in Salt Lake City. This was a home. Luckily, during COVID, just when COVID was starting, before that, the real estate market was not doing that well, and my tip for you is buy a home when the real estate market is not doing that well, right? So wait for it. Even though, like, if you think, oh my God, I have the money, I need to buy a home now. But if the market, like for instance, last year, the market was crazy. Buying a home would mean you're paying at least a 20% premium on your home. And I would never suggest doing that. I would suggest rather renting for a year or so because the real estate market always goes up and down. So there's always a downtime. It's always the best time to buy. It's like what they talk about stocks. When stocks go down, that's when you buy it, right? So तो हम लोग जब यहाँ आए थे, when we came here, the house pricing was great. We were in Salt Lake. It was COVID just starting, so nobody was really buying homes. So that's when we decided to buy a home, and we ended up getting a really good place. I'll skip the bedroom and all those private sections for this particular chat, but um, yeah, Roger that. That's an amazing name, Roger that. Yeah, you like my Hindi? Next time, what I'm going to do is that's a great idea, by the way. Priyanshu says I should do in Hindi, right? So and हाँ मैं अगला एक पूरा सेशन हिंदी में करूँगा ताकि मेरी हिंदी भी थोड़ी प्रैक्टिस हो जाए हिंदी में मैं इतने लोगों से बात नहीं करता हूँ हिंदी में यूजुअली कंपनी में तो सब लोग इंग्लिश में बात करते हैं हमारे इंडिया में भी काफी लोग हैं टीम में पर हम फिर भी हिंदी में इंग्लिश में बात करते हैं और घर पे भी मैक्सिमम तो एक्चुअली घर पे हम लोग हिंदी भी बात करते हैं इंग्लिश भी बात करते हैं पर मेरी हिंदी इतनी भी शुद्ध नहीं है अच्छी है पर शुद्ध नहीं है तो मेरे लिए प्रैक्टिस हो जाएगा और मैं थोड़ा-सा अपनापन भी होता है हिंदी में बात करने से तो अपने लोग होते हैं। सिर्फ़ एक ही चैलेंज होता है कि कभी-कभी कुछ लोग जो यूट्यूब लाइव फ़ीड पे आते हैं वो इंडिया से नहीं होते हैं, तो उनके लिए हिंदी शायद कंफर्टेबल ना हो। तो हम लोग देख लेंगे कैसे करना है नेक्स्ट टाइम पर हाँ, हिंदी में एक सेशन तो करेंगे ज़रूर। अम, राइट सो ठीक है गाइस वी आर एट टाइम अभी तो टाइम हो चुका है आज सैटरडे है और आज फार्मूला वन रेस है सिंगापुर F1 तो अब मैं जाके वो रेस देखूंगा थोड़ी देर हाइलाइट्स देख लूंगा बस क्वालिफाइंग है आज तो अब तक क्वालिफाइंग खत्म हो गया होगा अभी आधे घंटे पहले शुरू हुआ था आधे नहीं एक घंटे पहले तो उसके बाद फिर मिलेंगे अगले हफ्ते और कुछ और टॉपिक पे हम डिस्कस करेंगे टिल देन यू गाइस टेक केयर हाँ प्रियांशु व्हाट डू यू डू देयर हाँ आई रन अ कंपनी मेरी कंपनी है तो वो चलाता हूँ यहाँ से एंड वी विल सी यू गाइस ओके मीनवाइल द सन इज आउट धूप निकल आई है दिन बढ़िया है आज कुछ आज कुछ तूफानी करेंगे तो टिल देन टेक केयर गाइस आई विल सी यू नेक्स्ट टाइम बाय बाय